I know my son them, you missing.
Shanique, you see how you met the woman a ball. Shanique, you see how you met the woman a ban her belly. He was bright and brilliant despite of Uno. That little boy had a divine anointing on him. But me just sad say, the divine anointing never saved him life. Ah, these years, he must survive, he must survive, he must survive. Through the turmoil, he must survive. He must get high marks, he must survive. Top of the class, he must survive. So maybe if she inject him still did survive. But him couldn't survive if the wicked girl burn him. Or if the wicked girl drop him head first off a cliff.
Give me a yard boss, TV.
My people, I go by the name of Yard Boss. Please like this video and please subscribe to the channel. Now this video right here is compact with a lot of goodies, especially the section that we're dealing with land rights and the squatting problem that we have going on in St. Elizabeth and also in Westmoreland. The key ingredient here when it comes to the land rights is all of the squatters them need to understand their rights according to Jamaican law. And one of my subscribers them actually put me up to this task. Him say, yo Yard Boss, me need you to do some research on this topic here. And yes, I did and delivered. So please me I beg you know. You can fast forward to that section there, yeah, and check it out. It's very informative. So in this video, we're touching on Jaden Smith. We're touching on the squatting problem that we have in Jamaica. We're also going to be touching on the container homes that is coming into Jamaica. Yeah, because a whole heap of them are come from China right now to flood Jamaica. So there's actually some hazards associated with container homes that people need to look out for. Yeah, it's serious. It may be cheap, but trust me, cheap can also be deadly. So you better be careful. And then we're also going to give you an update on the Donna-Lee Donaldson case. Alright, my people? So do me a beg, you can fast forward through the video. Watch what you want to watch. You don't have to watch the entire thing. But do me a beg, please watch the entire thing. Yeah. So make we go back to Jaden Smith right here now. Yeah. So Shanique, Jaden Smith is missing how many days now? Over 60 days now. Yeah, over 60 days. The little boy disappeared from September 6, 2025. And many people believe that he's no longer among the land of the living. You see, the thing is this, right? We have to continue to speak about this Jaden Smith case. Yeah? Because if we stop talking about it, then the wicked girl will get away. And everybody who is associated with the ringleader, Shanique, will get away. So why Jaden Smith? Well, many people believe that Jaden Smith was a special soul. Yeah, there are other missing children out there, but none have actually garnered the attention that Jaden Smith case actually garnered. And why did Jaden Smith case get so popular? Because the wicked people them thinks that them smart, them come forward and then just a chat to go so. And another thing too, because of the brilliance of this little boy, people home and abroad believe they were robbed of someone who could or who had the potential to be very special. Yeah? And let's not forget all the missing kids, children in Jamaica. Let's not forget them. And let's not forget there are actually children in Jamaica right now who are living in homes that are being abused and taken advantage of. Yeah? Any children, any child that is watching this video and you are being abused, say something to an adult outside of the home and get the authorities involved. Yeah? Because the children are our future. Everyone will start from zero, you know. Every single one will start from an egg in our mother belly, and they will grow to become an adult. So why shouldn't we, yeah, protect the children of our nation? Tell me now. Why shouldn't we protect the children of our nation if the children are actually our future? When the whole of we dead and gone, are them same little pitney they are gonna grow up and come run the country. So why are we abusing them? Why are we taking advantage of our children when our children is going to be the future leaders of Jamaica? Yeah? So not just Jaden Smith, we're talking about every single missing child out there and every single child that is in a home getting abused. And anybody who abuse the pitney them who is all wicked. But guess what, Shanique? We're not gonna stop. We're gonna continue to beat the drum. Continue to beat the drum. There are bloggers all over. TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. We may not cover the story every single day, yeah? But we circle back to it, yeah? And not because we don't hear no new development, we're going to just leave it alone. No. We're still going to be talking about it. Yeah? So the prayer warriors, I ask you and I implore on you to continue to pray, to continue to ask the Lord to give you signs, to give you vision, and lead you to the answer of what happened to Jaden Smith. Lead you to a place, if he's still on Jalan, buried somewhere, find him, prayer warriors. If the hurricane wash him away, let us know, prayer warriors. If he's in a pit somewhere, let us know, prayer warriors. Or if the wicked girl did the ashes to ashes, dust to dust, let us know, prayer warriors. You notice how long we have beat the wicked girl, Shanique? A long time we have beat the wicked girl, Shanique, And what she nah do? She nah come out and say a lie we a tell. She cannot come out and say she is not directly involved in the disappearance of Jaden Smith. All she do is come out with her alibis and send people in a comment section to say orphanage of him still missing. Send him mama come out the other day, come say, oh, I wonder how he made out in Hurricane Melissa. Yeah, and that the wicked girl say she wonder how Jayden made out in Hurricane Melissa. Oh, it was cold outside. I wonder how he survived in the cold outside all alone. Miss Anne, oh, you're so wicked, girl. You know exactly where your wicked pitney fly down from foreign come do. And you know exactly when your wicked pitney arriving at the island. And now you not come tell nobody the truth. And Mr. T did have to come out and bust on a secret. And that is the reason why we know say Unis are all wicked and on dash him way. Shanique, what did you do to Jayden? Why were you at the pharmacy Friday morning at 9:30 a.m.? Listen, we will continue to repeat it, Yeah, we will continue to repeat it until it sink in a smaddy head. Say she did there at the pharmacy, probably buying some pharma concoction to use and inject the little boy and take him 3 points. Yes. If we're lying, Shanique, come out and show us your boarding pass, Shanique. Show us when you actually arrived in the island, Shanique. And why the police them not paying any attention to this case. Where is the detective that actually went to Mega Mart and Little Caesar and take a look at the footages with Wicked Girl Ann? Where is that detective? Did that detective get washed away in the storm? Or that detective is too busy dealing with Hurricane Melissa related problems? Who knows? We don't know. See, the other day, the Jayden just turned 13 and we don't hear nothing. I don't think the march actually went on. But this is a TikTok generation. People attention span is like this. Them forget things quick and fast. So if you need justice in this case, you have to continue to beat the kitty drum. You have to continue to beat the kitty drum. So the bloggers them, I know we can't dwell upon this every single day. But you see what me I do? I put a segment in another video for Jaden Smith. Yeah, we mix it up. Yeah, so when you mix it up too, give him a little 2 minutes. Yeah, cause look there's a lot of children missing, you know. I don't really want to touch upon the Donna-Lee Donaldson thing too much until maybe later on. But look upon her case, for example. It took a while. Yeah, but her case was a high-profile case. Donna-Lee Donaldson is a nice little brownie. Yeah, from uptown. And her family, them had some money. So you know, said that never ever go so easy. And she was popular. Yeah, so that never ever go down so easy. But if she was a little dirty foot ghetto girl, that gone. And I saw them a treat Jaden Smith, a little dirty foot. Why? Where him mama never want, where him papa never want. And them put him in the lion's den. And the lion them Niama fi made. Yeah, Niama fi made. Big old cocoa, yes so. I go to school with big old cocoa upon him forehead. And them a come from media talk about say them took good care of him. And look how bright and brilliant this boy is. He was bright and brilliant despite of Uno. That little boy had a divine anointing on him. But me just sad say the divine anointing never saved him life. Yeah. Me just sad say the divine anointing never saved him life. I wonder if she born him alive. I wonder if the wicked girl born him alive. I want to know if when she did inject the little boy never dead. And she got burn him alive. Because really and truly to come think of it, you know. These years he must survive. Through the turmoil, he must survive. He must get high marks, he must survive. Top of the class, he must survive. So maybe if she inject him still did survive. But him couldn't survive if the wicked girl burn him. Him could not survive if the wicked girl burn him or if the wicked girl drop him head first off a cliff. Him could not survive that. But it is possible that when the wicked girl inject him survived the injection. Yeah, because all in life he must survive. But the final blow, when she burn him or when she drop him on him head, that was it. Him couldn't survive that. Him couldn't survive that. Alright, my people, prayer warriors, get to work. I know you have been working, but work even harder to bring justice to this case, yeah. Remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, Thank you guys so much for 1,000 subscribers. We did it in about a month over here on YouTube. Yes, we did it in less than a month in YouTube, 1,000 subscribers. Let's have a round of applause for everyone I know who subscribed to the channel and who have engaged in liking the videos and also commenting in the videos. Listen, whenever I wanna see a video with my logo or my face on it, do me a beg, wanna click it and support the movement. Jaden Smith is not going to be the only child that is going to be missing or something happened to in a Jamaica, you know. No. See another one there from Manchester. Them say him commit suicide, but the investigation is ongoing. Me no believe nothing with them your family members here I say with them little pitney, you know, because man is evil. Yeah, them same commit suicide. At first she report, the mother report him missing, and then 2 hours later she gone wash. So the little boy missing and she gone wash. When you hear this one here, if you is a mother and your little boy missing who you so love dearly, you have time to wash? Do you have time to go pick up soap and pan of water and go wash clothes? No, sir. We don't run up and down the place and say, where me pitney there? Yeah. I run up and down all over the place and say, where me pitney there? She gonna pick up and I wash. No, sir. That need to be investigated even more, man. Yeah. Me not say she do nothing to the little boy, you know, or the papa do nothing to the little boy, you know, but that needs to be investigated even more. What to that case there? What happened to that case there? And then in a vineyard town there, the bus can run over the 10-year-old boy. Yeah, run him over, kill him. And what, them are going to just investigate and give the family a little chupants and say, that is it. Another poor ghetto boy gone too soon. Santina Sergeant is another one where the pooper take advantage of her and then burn her and leave her in the back of the house in a one whole fridge. There's a lot going on with the kids in Jamaica. Yeah? And there's gonna be more to come, unfortunately. But we have to keep on pressing on. If you see a child being abused, when you say something, report them to the state, let the state take them. Yeah, at least they'll be able to live some form of normalcy until them 18 and them can go up on their own. Alright, my people, continue to watch the entire video. Up next, after this one here, we're looking at squatting in Jamaica. Me mama. Squatting in Jamaica is a big old problem. Watch it.
Questions are emerging about where people will rebuild, especially when many were living on government-owned land.
Squatting in Jamaica, the reality, the laws, and the numbers. Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to break down an issue that touches almost every parish in Jamaica. Squatting, the law surrounding it, and the shocking size of our informal settlement population. This is not just a legal topic. It is a story about land, housing, poverty, policy failure, and the future of national development. Now, let's start with the basics. What is squatting in Jamaican law? In the eyes of Jamaican law, squatting is the illegal occupation of land you do not own and do not have permission to use. Whether this is private land or government land, the act itself is considered trespass. This means the owner or the state has the legal right to evict the squatter at any given time of that land. But the story does not end there. Jamaica, like many Commonwealth countries, has a very important legal rule known as adverse possession. This rule recognizes that if someone lives on land long enough, openly and without challenge, the law may eventually protect their occupation, even to the point where they can claim ownership of that land that they must squat upon. There are two timelines that matters in Jamaica adverse possession law. For private land, we're saying it's 12 years. If you occupy private land continuously for 12 years openly without permission and the owner does nothing, the owner can eventually lose the right to remove you from that land. The law calls this extinguishing the owner's title. Government or crown land, it is 60 years. For most government land, the timeline is 60 years of continuous occupation. This exists to protect the state's property from being easily taken through adverse possession. The government has signaled its intention to extend all state lands to 60 years to stop people from quickly claiming government property. So some government land is 12 years and others is 60 years. So yes, squatting starts illegally, but if the state or private owner sleeps on their rights long enough, the law can flip the script into the squatter's favor. So if you're a squatter, pay close attention to the video here. How does a squatter gain legal rights? Even after the time limit expires, a squatter does not automatically get the title. What actually happens is the original owner loses the legal right to evict. The squatter can then apply for a certificate of title through the National Land Agency using the adverse possession process. This requires a survey plan, affidavit from neighbors, proof of long-term occupation, newspaper notices, a legal application under the Register of Title Act. If no one objects and the evidence is strong, the squatter can ultimately receive legal ownership of the land. Yeah. Squatting on government land, policy versus law. So even though adverse possession exists in theory, the government generally fights aggressively to prevent people from claiming state land. Instead, long-standing informal communities are usually dealt with under regularization programs such as Operation Pride, Land Settlement Scheme, systematic title registration projects. Through these programs, residents may receive leases, land purchase options, or full title at subsidized prices. Now, the big question: how many Jamaicans are actually squatting? Chaja. Now let's talk about the numbers, because the scale is enormous. Technical and research estimate. So most studies like the World Bank CAPRI says that about 20% of Jamaicans live in a squatter or informal settlement. That's roughly 600,000 people. Political and public estimates. Many political leaders have quoted a higher number, about 700,000 people living in informal settlement. That's about 1/4 of the population. So there is this 1/3 of Jamaicans living in squatter. So the 1/3 come from just the politician, them saying, oh, it's a 1/3 thing, where they must say over 1 million people in Jamaica is actually living in squatter. But what is the realistic numbers for like 2025, just an estimate? So using Jamaica current population of about 2.8 million people, the most accurate figure is anywhere from 600,000 to 700 Jamaicans that are squatting or living in informal settlement. That means 1 in every 5, or as many as 1 in every 4 Jamaicans that you walk past on the road is actually squatting on land with them not own without a registered title. Chaja, it rough. Even at the lower end, this is a national crisis, not a small issue affecting a handful of communities. It is a national crisis. The national impact on squatting. Squatting affects Jamaica on multiple levels. So we have the housing crisis. So a large percentage of Jamaicans cannot afford formal housing or titled land. This fuels rapid unplanned land occupation. The land them too damn expensive. Infrastructure chaos. Informal settlements often lack water and sewage system, proper roads, garbage collection, emergency access routes. This put pressure on the government and contributes to public health hazard. Loss of economic value. Land without title cannot be used as collateral and cannot be easily sold or developed. Jamaica loses billions in economic potential because so much land is locked in informal use. So it's very difficult for the government to move anybody off of the land to do anything. Social tension. Landowners often feel powerless, and long-standing squatting community fear eviction. This creates ongoing conflict. What needs to happen next? Solving squatting. What does it require? It requires affordable housing solution, urban planning and infrastructure investment, fast-track the issuance of title, clear policy that balance human rights with property rights, community-based development solution. Jamaica must decide whether it wants a future where land ownership is accessible or one where people continue to build communities on land they do not legally own. Chaja, it's rough. We look what we tell our, but we need to start helping each other. Now, squatting in Jamaica is not just simple about people taking up land. It is deeply connected to historical inequality, housing shortages, poverty, politician delay, and the dream of owning a piece of the rock. Today, between 600 and 700,000 Jamaicans living in informal settlements. The legal system gives some of them pathways to ownership, especially through adverse possession, but the root cause remains a national housing crisis decades in the making. Understanding the laws is the first step. Understanding the people and the history behind the issue is the next step. Jaja, Mr. Politician man, what you gonna do for the people that wanna own the land? Jaja, it rough. Yeah, bigger problem. Container homes. Cheap container homes. Cheap, affordable, everywhere you turn on social media. Container homes. But is container homes the solution to our housing problem in Jamaica? Probably. But when things are cheap, ask yourself, why the hell it's so cheap? Why the hell it's so affordable? Why it's so cheap? Why it's so affordable? Boy, me personally rather pay a little bit extra, to get a good quality container home. Is the government actually regulating this industry? Because it's gonna be container every ras way. You go and see container all over the place. All over the place you can see container. Watch this and look out for the pitfalls of container homes. Buy from a reputable supplier. Not any fly-by-night smaddy. Make sure say them in a business for a while and I do it. Alright? Yes. Check this out. Hazards of container homes from China. As Jamaica pushes to rebuild stronger and more hurricane resilient after Melissa, many people are turning to imported container homes from China. But there are serious health and safety concerns to watch for. Toxic industrial paints and chemicals. Many containers come coated with heavy industrial paint, lead, and solvent-based chemicals that can off-gas in heat, posing respiratory risk to families. Fumigation residues. Containers used for shipping are often treated with methyl bromide and other pesticides. Without proper testing and ventilation, these residues can remain in the floors and the walls of the container. Low-grade materials from China. Some prefab units use formaldehyde-heavy plywood, cheap insulation, and uncertified adhesives, creating the risk of indoor air contamination. Poor electric system. Non-UL certified wiring from some factories can lead to fire hazard, especially in Jamaica's humid climate. Rust, leaks, and weak spots. Inferior steel or poor sealing can cause rust, leaks, and structural weaknesses, which can be dangerous in a Category 4 environment. Condensation and mold. Without proper insulation, container homes trap moisture, lead to mold, mildew, and long-term respiratory issues. So the bottom line, container homes can help Jamaica rebuild quickly, but only if we avoid the cheap, unsafe units. Every home should be hurricane rated, built with certified materials, tested for toxins, insulated correctly, and wired to Jamaica electrical standards. This is how Jamaica truly builds back stronger, safer, and more resilient. Donna-Lee Donaldson gone, and now the former boyfriend is on trial, Noel Maitland. The defense attorney say what? Banana boat? Kiss me neck back. Check out that one of my people, the banana boat episode. Hey! Story come to bump. Noel Maitland on trial for the disappearance of Donna-Lee Donaldson. So what happened at the last hearing? The defense introduced the testimony of a witness from Passport, Immigration and Citizen Agency. This witness confirmed that the record showed no legal travel by Donna-Lee Donaldson since March 2021, meaning she did not exit Jamaica through any official port. And what they must say? Donna-Lee left the island. Kiss me neck back. It's a defense not easy at all, you know. However, under cross-examination by defense lawyer Chadwick Berry, the PICA witness admit the system only records authorized departure. She conceded that if Donaldson had left the island via an unauthorized exit, for example, an unauthorized boat, so-called banana boat, or informal craft, the system would not reflect that. Jesus Christ, they must say Donna-Lee left the island on a banana boat. Why them not easy? Based on that concession, the defense argued the possibility remained not as a confirmed fact that Donna-Lee could have left the island clandestinely, so she just go through a border and run away. Chaja. This gap in official immigration tracking formed the core of the defense travel theory for her disappearance. No, sir. Well, them have to try everything they can to free him, just so it go innocent until proven guilty in the court of law. So in short, the defense used PICA's limitation to argue there is no definite proof she stayed in Jamaica after 2022. Yeah. So why them do this now? So the key aim is to create reasonable doubt, because immigration data does not account for illegal or unsanctioned departures. The defense claimed the prosecution cannot categorically exclude the possibility she left the country soon after last being seen. In a case where much of the evidence is circumstantial forensic traces, these scenarios is meant to throw a wrench in the certainty of the narrative. By raising that possibility, the defense doesn't have to prove she did leave. They just need to cast doubt on the assumption she remained on the island. Until next time, my people, wow, good. Subscribe to the channel, like all of the videos. Peace out.
Him in a yard boss TV.
Yes, princess.